there will be a time in June and July where you won't even hear me, so it's just the way it is. But that's okay. Nice group tonight there, Lisa. Thank you for ramrodding the net. And I'm going to send it over to Mike, W6MVM KF7TY.
KF7TY, W6MVM. Good to hear you, Tapio. It's you're coming in here in Soulsbyville, good and strong. And Lisa, thanks for running the net tonight. I just got in here late after eating a very nice corned beef and cabbage. It turned out wonderful, and my wife's soda bread turned out wonderful as well. And so I'm stuck, to say the least, stuck. The weather has been blue skies today. We have gotten back over to the ranch a few times, planning on going back over there to the ranch instead of the hometown here in Soulsbyville. Anyway, let me pass it back to you, Lisa. KF6 in QG, WS6MVM.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Yep. So good deal. So Ron, glad it's chilly but sunny and up there where you are, and we've been having pretty much the same. So wind definitely was not really a factor today. A little chilly this morning with the wind, but it turned out to be a really nice day. So, and as far as your copy, your clear copy here, no problems on our end. So you're coming in nice and strong. And Tapio, yeah, I too wore a green blouse. I'm not Irish either, but anyway, and I've got green eyes, so I shouldn't have to wear green. But anyway, somebody guilted me into it, so I did it. What are you gonna say? But I can say that I did have something I've never had before. And our workplace had some festivities going on for the day. And for the first time in my life, I had a green fortune cookie. So, go figure. Green fortune cookies. So, who knew that China and and Ireland were so closely related? But anyway, so Mike, good on the corned beef and cabbage dinner. What did we have? Oh, we had Mexican food, so
Irish Mexican food.
Again, we're not Irish, so but yeah, a lot of corned beef and cabbage, I'm sure, going around tonight, so that's all good. Going to see if there's anyone else wishing to get on the list for the Friday night Collins Collectors Association net.
I'll take care, bud.
Okay, not hearing anything, so we'll go back to the top of the list. So, Dennis, take it, and then give it to Mike, W7MS, who can give it to Dave, WI6R, who can give it to Wayne, KB602J. So, take it away, Dennis. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Wayne, give it back to me. So, W6TQ from KF6QNG.
Oh, well, KF6QNG and the Collins Net W6DQ. I'm sorry, Lisa. You have to speak for yourself when you talk about being Irish, because I'm like 50% Irish. So, but St. Taffy's Day is a wonderful day when everybody can be Irish for a day. So there you go. Anyway, I thought she was going to say she had green haggis or something for lunch. That would have been good. That's more Scottish than huh? What? No, this is more Scottish than Irish, but it's still served in the UK everywhere. Haggis. Yuck. Anyway, I'll pass on that. We could have put some green food coloring in the Mexican food tonight. I don't know. Well, anyway. Yeah, green chips. Listen, we're running the KWM 380 here, pushing the 87A Alpha through the, what is that thing? Oh yeah, the Palstar HF Auto Tuner out to the 160-meter full-wave horizontal loop, which is doing a pretty good job tonight, talking on an SM280 microphone. And, Mike, I wanted to share something with you, is that I did some investigating on the 87A, and one of the things that I found out I can do is through the serial interface, I can query it and find out if the amplifier is locked or not. And it claims that it's not locked on 10 meters, but I'll guarantee you it sure don't work. And what I see when I drive it is a high input SWR. It goes through the roof and then the amp faults. So I don't know. It's going to take some investigating. But I wanted to do a little poking around before I went in and did the memory update, because you mentioned it, and I've had that same thought ever since I read the description of that, is a chance of bricking the controller, and I really don't want to do that. That would be a bummer. I don't know what I'd do if I bricked the controller. There's got to be probably a way to reset it back to well, maybe not. Some manufacturers will have a way if you're doing a memory upgrade, firmware upgrade, that you can revert back to a previous version, but I seriously doubt that they did that. But anyway, oh well. But yeah, we got a high noise level tonight too here. It's kind of surprising again, and I'm sure it's because of the weather. Like I say, normally we're about S5 noise level. Tonight it's up between S7 and S9, so not very pleasant. Ron, like Lisa said, your audio is very good. I don't think you got any problems with the audio. So, but I've run into that with a couple of my S-line radios that have to occasionally advance the mic gain a little bit more to get some output back where it's supposed to be. So that's one of the many things that plagues my stuff. And yeah, it tends to be something like a bad tube or a bad component. We'll repair it. And Dave, you made a comment about your power cable on the 516F2. I had a ground wire open up on the power cable, and let me tell you how much fun that was. That was crazy, and it was intermittent. So yeah, it would work one time, and then the next time it wouldn't work. So that was just loads of fun. Anyway, that's all I got for now. We'll send it over to Mike up there in Reno, W7MS in the Collins Net, W6DQ.
Well, thank you, Dennis, and good evening to the folks who have joined. And I will officially say hello to Skip, Ron, Tapio, and Mike. Excellent reception from all, and no static crashes tonight. But yeah, I would say generally maybe a higher than slightly normal noise floor for me, but no static crashes like the other day. So yeah, what can you say? But great on St. Patty's Day, and I was chuckling at Tapio's comments. So I think that sounded like maybe a Dr. Seuss book, Green Shirt and Dentist. So I'm sure it was. I'm sure you got 100% and a handshake, and out the door you went there. So that's great. I detect no Novocaine lisp from Tapio this evening. Ron sounding great. As everyone has stated, but we'll be listening. But you're sounding great to this point. And Mike enjoying his health food St. Patty's Day with corned beef and cabbage, but it is great. I wouldn't want to have it more than once a year, but it's a special meal, absolutely. So good for you, and out and about, and I guess some cleared ingress there to the radio ranch after all the big snow events. And Dennis, well, great on your observations on the 87A. I have seen folks mention issues with high input SWR as you went up in frequency, so I guess you can extrapolate all kinds of armchair comments, but that input pin diode or some nefarious action, but you are onto something. But and we know that 87A would not lie to you when you queried it. It says it's fat and happy on 10 meters. So that gives there's some hope there. So that's great. And And no brick eye. That's the, and I always remember that because in the original Star Trek there was that giant rock that communicated via acid etch that said no kill eye, so hence no brick eye. But let me see what else is going on here. Well, tomorrow, because of the excellent weather and we're getting a day or two off from winter. Myself and a friend are going to leave Reno tomorrow morning at dark 30 and hit the Loomis swap meet. It's about a 2-hour, hour and 45-minute drive one way, so we'll check it out. I'm bringing an extra flashlight for my co-pilot because he may not be equipped for checking the guys out as they're attempting to unload their vehicles, and you can bug them with a flashlight and try to ask questions. And quite often, I fully understand when you get that reaction, come back in 5 minutes. But it's also the fact that if you snooze, you'll lose there at swap meet. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. And some other things going on, but we'll save that for round 2. And, rig issues, well, heck, if you just never know. And hopefully it's not communicable, but we'll see what happens. So over to you, Dave. WI6R, W7MS.
At 6 a.m.
Real fine, Mike. Good copy from everybody. That's fortunate because the guys out east are 10 over 9, and everybody here is better than that by a fair amount. So that's all good. Good on the swap meet there, Mike. That's a little bit too far for me. That trips up there would take too long. It takes me an hour and a half just to get to Las Vegas. So anyway. Oh boy. Well, we of course had a couple of weeks the 8 inches of snow here, which melted and then turned into floodwaters, and then we had the rain on Wednesday, and that added more floodwaters. And on top of that, I was going to check into on the AMI net, and lo and behold, I had a 10 dB over 9 noise from some source. I have no idea where that was coming from. It just seemingly came out of nowhere. It disappeared as fast as it came, and it was very, very broadband. It was just like everywhere. So weather's been nice today, sunny, and we've almost evaporated most of the water from Wednesday's downpour here, which it just seemed like it was never going to stop raining. So it hasn't probably helped enough for the shortages of water at Lake Mead, but every little bit helps, I suppose. So it'll still look pretty bleak from the photos I saw on TV a couple of nights ago. So, yeah, it's interesting. I was suspecting it might be a ground, but if it's a ground, I don't understand, because as far as I can tell, I'm sure there's another ground wire, but the braid has, of course, a bus wire going to one of the pins, but I can't find anything wrong with any of the connections, and it turns out this isn't the power supply I rebuilt 13 years ago. This is another one, and this connector had never been apart. It was original, and looks just fine. So I'm going to have to poke around and see what it might be, but we'll fire up the power supply on its own. I have a little connector jig to do that and see if we can't diagnose what's wrong and find it out. But yeah, that's why we're not on the Collins tonight. I've got all this Collins gear that needs work. Same with the KWM2A, the power supply on that one needs some work as well. So that's going to keep me busy when I have some time to do that. And St. Patrick's Day, I completely forgot. I didn't even know it was St. Patrick's Day until I walked into the shack and saw the calendar on the wall. So, boy, I'm out of touch. The closest to green I've had was the salad before I came in here. So, I think maybe I need to go have a beer or something to actually feel Irish, okay? So, with that, I'm going to turn it. Let's see. I'm going to turn it back to Lisa, because I think I've done my turn. KF6QNG WI6R.
Go ahead and take it, Wayne. KB6OQJ from KF6QNG.
Okay, thanks, Lisa. This is Wayne, KB6OKJ up in Santa Ynez. And tonight, running the KWM 2A into the 30L1 and converted up 50 feet. And I'm talking on the S-Static 10D mic. And so signals are strong tonight. There's a lot of noise, but the signals are strong enough that it's been decent copy. I had 100% copy on everybody. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I had my left knee replaced on February 28th. So this is the first day I really felt like here, sitting at the shack, being able to sit up for a little bit and get on the air. So I thought I'd give it a shout. And I had my right knee done about 11 years ago, and to be honest, that was a piece of cake. This is giving me a little bit more problem. Nothing serious. It's just being 11 years older, things get hard. Nothing ever gets easier, does it? So, but I did my last round of in-home physical therapy today, so now I get to go to the torture chamber down the road for about 5 or 6 weeks and see what they have in store for me. But we're doing okay here. Before I forget, I probably won't stick around this. I'll listen out, but I probably won't stick around and get on again. Weather here today looked like it was pretty decent. I haven't been outdoors in a few days. But listening to the news, I started thinking all the cities that were on the news, seems like between Collins Net and the Vintage Sideband Roundtable, a lot of those towns sounded familiar that I was hearing about on the news. So hopefully a lot of our friends are doing okay and survive without a whole lot of damage. Let's see. Nothing. I can't think of anything else to say. So I'll turn it over to, I guess, Lisa. Does it go back to you, I think? So KF62NG. This is KB6OKJ.
Late checking.
Okay, thank you, Wayne. Yes, it comes back to me. So before I go to the next group, I'm going to take a standby to see if anyone else would like to get on the list for the Friday night Collins Collectors Association net.
November 6th, Alpha Foxtrot.
WA6 Juliet Bravo Delta.
Okay, I got you, Chuck, and I got you, Mel. Anyone else? Okay, so we're going to continue on with the rotation. So Skip can start it off, and then he can hand it to Ron, W6RBJ, who can hand it to Tapio, KF7TY, and Tapio, you can hand it back to me. So go ahead and take it away, Skip. K6LGL from KF6QNG.
Okay, thank you very much, Lisa. KF6QNG, the Nino Current, on the CCA net, K6LGL. Well, good evening to almost Lisa's arrival. This is Skip in Santa Monica, K6LGL. Good evening to let's start with Ron, and then Tapio, and then Mike and BN, and then Chuck and 6AF. I heard you shaking the right with WA6R. And also, welcome to W6DBD. So, sounds like we got a pretty good group going here. Yeah, the weather, I'm afraid, is going to have, it's going to be a rough spring when the snow starts melting and all the rivers flowing out of the Sierras and the San Gabriels and the, along with, the San Bernardinos. There may be some flooding there. And since many people live in the old river wash areas or nearby, they will feel it. And especially I think Northern California is going to see that, and the Sacramento and so on. American River, and it goes down to the Kern River, and I've seen Kern River, at flood stage, almost washed out the bridge there in the canyon. impress us because of the rather high drop rate. And so on and so forth. Anyway, interesting. Good luck on running all your problems there, Dave. Power supply and power connects their cables and interconnects replace the stars. And if once you reestablish that, then you gotta go through the circuits. Old radios are old problems, but maybe that's why we love them. Love those electrons flowing in the vacuum, the thermotrons. All right, I'll kick it over. I think next it goes to Ron. I think W6RBJ up there in the great northern part of the state. K6LGL in Santa Monica.
K6LGL and the Collins Group, W6RBJ. Yeah, this is interesting with this time change, as several had commented. As the sun starts to go down here, just off of Cape Mendocino, which is one of the furthest west parts of the state, I noticed that the ionosphere is changing as the sun dips. It's been a very low noise level here, and now it's starting to pick up, and sadly a lot of the members of the group are starting to fade, and the East Coast is starting to come in like gangbusters. So far everybody's been sitting up here at 5 to 15 over S9, but I have a feeling that's going to change. We'll see what gives. And finally, just another quick comment to Wayne. Well, congratulations on the knee replacement. I know that it's not something to look forward to or to go through, but most people say that it really does make a difference in the comfort you experience when walking and doing other activities of daily living. I've been an orthopedic surgeon in practice for the last 40 years, and that seems to be the consensus of the many patients I've done that operation on. So I do hope that things go well for you and that your recovery is smooth and quick. That's what I've got up till now. So Tapio, I'll send it back up to you and see what other good things you've got from Washington. KF7TY and the Collins Group, W6RBJ.
W6RBJ, KF7 Tango Yankee, and as you noted, as the sun goes down, the signals, they're getting stronger for me up here. Everybody's signals come up, and as it gets more toward twilight, darkness, so, Lisa and Dennis, you got a great signal with the KWM 380. Sounds great there. Mike, you got a fantastic signal there too, and great on the swamp meet. I hope you find some treasures and whatever is on your want list there. So, and Dave, he had a great signal up here too. And everybody, even heard Skip in there. Congratulations, Wayne, on the new left knee. That's great. And you'll be up and about in no time. And I just went in for a dental appointment. It was just a cleaning, no Novocaine, no nothing, in and out. Took the rest of the day off of work and did some chores and had some fun. But man, Mike said corned beef and cabbage. I should have stopped in somewhere today and had some. But that sounds really good. And I did hear W6JAD and N6AF in there too. So no other big radio projects this week, just pretty much working all week, talking on the 2-meter to and fro work and stuff like that. And I'm hoping to work a little DX and have some fun on the radio this weekend on HF there. I'm not 100% sure who I'm going to send it to, Lisa, but last time I sent it to down to corned beef and cabbage, Mike down there, so I'm going to send it to him. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. W6MVM, KF7TY.
Oh, KF7TY, W6MVM. Good to hear you, Tapio. And, the Spanish and the Irish don't have too many differences except corned beef and cabbage. But I sure love tamales and all things Mexican. I cook it a lot, especially chicken fajitas. I love that, and that's one of my favorites. Anyway, I kind of got stuck. My grandfather's family came from Donegal, and my grandmother's other side, my mother's family came from County Cork. So we're pretty much stuck with the Irish stuff. I had a great time. The one time I've been in Ireland, I had a great time. I was in Dublin, and it was for Christmas, and it was a great party. Anyway, it was so long ago. Actually, I ran into the guy who played our president on TV. He was staying in the same hotel. He was going to the university there and taking some courses. Anyway, let's see. Enough said of this. I'm running the KWM 380 tonight into an ALS 1300 and a step IR, big IR, with an AT auto tuner to bring it down a little bit. Anyway, that's what we're doing here. We got to start moving over. We left the ranch because of the impending storms, and the ranch is all electric. I haven't put a generator in there yet, and it's a good thing we did because the place really got snowed in, and the power was out for 4 days. 4 days. Anyway, so we came here to Soulsville. Well, I have a little generator I bought for field day, which powers the house just fine. Anyway, enough of these stories. Let me pass it back to Lisa. KF6QNG W6MBN.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Well, gentlemen, I apologize. I realized before I took this last go-round, I forgot to comment on the go-round before that. So I'm going to go back to the top of the list here and make my comment. So, very good, Dennis, on the 87A troubleshooting and the issues you're looking for there. Anyway, that's always good. And I know something you haven't mentioned. I don't know if anyone is interested in, but Dennis finally put in and got all of his contacts for what is it, DXCC? Yeah. So anyway, sent away for that certificate. So after 53 years of not doing it, so anyway, better late than never. So that's good. Anyway, Mike, well, good luck with the swap meet, and try not to buy them out, but I hear you, it's good to get out, and the weather is nicer. I think we're all kind of feeling that these days. And Dave, let's see, yeah, floodwaters, yeah, we certainly had that. What day was that? Yesterday I was coming home from work? No, Wednesday. And, Brown Road here tends to flood on the side when it rains a lot. But there's actually one of the side roads that really flooded and left a whole bunch of mud in the middle of the road and big water puddles, and was not quite expecting that. So anyway, my poor car got all dirty water and stuff all up on the hood and the windows, so I have to try to wash it off this weekend. But you never know what you're going to encounter. So, and Wayne, I did want to say I am glad you are feeling better and being able to get on the net. I know you miss that, as we all do, when we're not able to do that. I'm glad the signals are strong there, but we do understand that the high noise level. So ours is not too bad tonight. I don't 10A. Hate to mention that, and good luck with the PT. I know that's painful, but definitely necessary. I have a brother-in-law who had his second knee replacement done, it's been a little over 2 months ago now. And he's doing really well, so anyway, just gotta stick with it, and it will get better. Stay, hopefully. Okay, let's see, Ron. Oh, yeah, conditions changing. Well, you're solid here. So, anyway, no change, and overall, Cinnober says, and overall, everyone's coming in really well for us here. And Tapio, no radio project. How do you manage that? Well, you have to teach Dennis how to do that. Just kidding. And good luck with the DX. So, I did a little bit of that on the contest, a week or so ago, and did an international DX contest. So, made about a dozen contacts or so. We didn't really stay out here too long, but anyway, it was fun.
What's the new time they do for?
So, let's see, Mike, MVM, loves all things Mexican. Well, yeah, I hear you there. So, definitely love Mexican food, and, I don't know, it's a toss-up between Italian and Mexican, but they're both really good. And I, too, have been to Dublin quite a while ago, and it was really funny because one of the best Italian restaurants I've been to was actually in Dublin. Go figure. It was like, wow, it was just fantastic. So it was a nice change from the normal Irish breakfast for 9 days. Gets a little old after a while. It's like, man, I'll kill for a pancake or a waffle or an omelet. But the toughest thing with Dublin was driving, because you're on the wrong side of the car, on the wrong side of the road, and you're going in a roundabout the wrong way. I will never drive at a foreign country again. That was very stressful. Anyway, glad you guys were able to get away from the ranch and use your generator where you are, so no fun to have power out. Okay. With that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see if there's any more check-ins for the Friday night College Collector Association net.
Whiskey Alpha 6, Juliet, Kilowatt, November.
I'm sorry, I think I doubled with somebody. I know JBD is still there and getting ready to call on you guys. Was there somebody else out there?
Yeah, if you're asking for check-ins, it's Whiskey Alpha 6, Juliet, Kilowatt, November, WA6JKN.
All right, gotcha, Kevin. Okay, so we're going to go over to Chuck, N6AF. He can hand it over to Mel, WA6JBD, who can hand it over to Kevin, KA6J. I'm sorry, I can't even read my own right. WA6JKN. And then Kevin, you can turn it back to me. So take it away, Chuck, N6AF from KF6QNT.
All right, very good. I hope I'm hitting this amp hard enough. Let me see. 1, 2. Okay, November 6 Alpha Fox. I am not on my KWM2, but it is present. And sitting here staring at my K3, but that's what I had set up. It's been a busy afternoon. We just finished 60 hours of power outage, 60 hours. And we had wind gusts, I think, to about 60 miles per hour, screaming over the rooftop, and a lot of big trees down in the neighborhood, a lot of power lines. So we were out of power for 60 hours. So we got to run emergency power. on our little generator there, and kept the wife happy with the refrigerator on and so forth. But it did snap the mast, the upper bamboo section supporting my off-center-fed dipole, but I fixed that. And it bent the top mast section that holds my 4-element tri-bander, and I straightened that up. And those antennas never had a problem since being put up in 2005. So this is at least a once every 17-year experience, but we've got things going pretty good. So this is going to be a one and done, and I'm glad I could get in here and join in for a few minutes. My Catholic wife is cooking fish tonight, Friday night. It's the Fish Lent experience. So I'm going to go upstairs and get some freshly grilled fish. And the closest thing I got to green was getting green all over me when I ran the weed whacker in the backyard for the first time this early spring. So I kind of looked like a Martian there by the time I was done. But this Martian likes to get on the Collins net with all these nice people. So here I am. So 7-3 all, and thanks for running the show there. It's going pretty well, even though it's an hour later. WA6MEL, I think I got the call right. Mel, it's all yours. And 7-3 from Redwood City, Emerald Hills, N6AF.
All right, N6AF and the Collins group. This is WA6JBD, Whiskey Alpha 6 Juliet Bravo Delta, and the name is Mel. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I got home to my wife, who happens to be KI6DBR, had made corned beef and cabbage, so that was kind of nice. I'm half Swedish and half Irish, and the half Irish part, being as oddly as I am, I used to wear orange on St. Patrick's Day just to get a rise out of my mother, so that gives you an idea of the type of hairpin I was. Anyway, I've mellowed out, and I didn't wear green today. I just don't really have anything green to wear, but I did enjoy the corned beef and cabbage for dinner. So I'm sitting here facing some issues. I'm running the Collins 32S3 and 75S3B receiver to a Dentron DCR 1200 amp, about 600 watts out. And I was playing around with it this week, and there has been some issues with this thing since I got it, and they're starting to make themselves known. I got some the emission switch on the transmitter is getting really tight to the point where it broke the knob when I tried to switch it to the tune position the other night, and the band switch is a little bit flaky to the point where there are times on the transmitter, there are times when I have to put it in the 3.6 meg position to get it to generate a signal on 3.8 megs. So it's kind of funky, and that's running through the receive EFO. So I think after tonight's net, I'm going to spend a chunk of the weekend taking the thing apart and cleaning it up and lubricating switches. I've got a couple of knobs on order to replace the broken one, and being a guy who gets paid to fix broken radio stuff, I don't think I'll mind taking it apart, getting into it, and giving it some TLC. It's basically a pretty nice condition, but it is old, and I think somebody had mentioned that these old radios do need some love and care once in a while, so I think it's time. Lisa, I think it was you who mentioned the best Mexican restaurant that you had ever been to was in Dublin. ever had. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I got my notes here. It goes to Kevin, so I'm going to kick it over to him. And that's it for now. WA6JKN and the Collins Group. This is WA6JBD.
WA6JBD and the Collins Group, WA6JKN. Very good. Well, I heard everybody since I checked in. I got in here late. By the way, I'm portable, so I'm digital pedestrian mobile, I guess. I've been doing a lot of work today, getting the yard in tip-top shape and stuff like that. We'll have the corned beef and cabbage and all that stuff tomorrow night. Tonight just wasn't going to work for all of our guests. Couldn't be here at the same time, but they all can make it tomorrow. So we'll have the big gathering tomorrow. Let's see. Irish. My mother, full-blooded Irish. She ruled the nest with what did we used to say? An Irish firmness. Yep, that's what she did. And she was probably one of the smartest people I ever knew. Her father was an inventor, invented all of those, you see, inside of buildings and stuff. He made his millions on that. So these Irish folks, they're pretty smart folks. My mother was one of them. Her brother and his partner started the 3M Corporation, and you know how that turned out. So, I have a great admiration for the Irish as far as being inventors and things like that. Okay. Nothing else really new to report here other than I'm just doing the yard work that needed to be done. We were on emergency power for a little over 23 hours the other day, Tuesday. Yeah, the power didn't come back on until Wednesday. I couldn't believe it. It was, but no problem. The generator did its job. It ran the entire time. So, but you know what? You know, we have about half the neighbors have these solar panels up on their roof. And you know, it's kind of an eyesore. But hey, you know, when the power's out, I thought they would be in really good shape. Not one of them. They were all out of power. I couldn't believe it. I was the only one in the block that had a generator. I couldn't believe that either. Oh well. I offered some extension cords because I got a big generator, can power probably up to 3 houses. So, but nobody had any extension cords. Oh well, you can only offer so much. All right, well that's it for me. My one and done. Good night. Good to hear everybody. And back over to you, Lisa. WA6 Juliet Kilowatt November.
Okie dokie. Thank you, Kevin. Well, let's see. Wow, 60 hours without power. Yikes. That would not be fun. 60 mile per hour winds. We can certainly relate to that, unfortunately. And then some, yes. And tree and power lines down. Yikes. Well, we haven't had that.
We've had power lines down, but not here at the house.
Yeah, not here at the house. But, yes, we've had, certainly had antenna damage as well, and roof damage. Our house was only 5 years old, and we had to replace the new roof. So, but anyway, all is good now. So, fresh grilled fish. Well, that's fresh is always good. So, just change of pace. And Mel, corned beef and cabbage for dinner. Yes, like I said, there's a lot of that going on tonight. Transmitter knob broke, and never fun. So yeah, take it apart and give them all that TLC and get them all ship shape again. So ketchup instead of hot sauce. Who would figure that? But anyway, I thought maybe you were going to say the food was so bad even the roaches were leaving. Anyway, oh boy. So let's see, Kevin. Entry and mobile. Okay, well, coming in good here, nice and solid copy here. So, good luck with the corned beef cabbage dinner tomorrow. So, that'll be good. And emergency power, yes. We're on the Roundtable Tuesday and AMI Net Wednesday. So, anyway. Let's see, it's 8 minutes to 8, so we're not going to do a full go-round, so maybe we could just tie things up, do a quick 7-3 round, so anyone make their last comment, and then we'll close up shop. So we'll start at the top here, W6DQ, give it over to Mike, W7MF, who can give it to Dave, WI6R, and Dave, go ahead and give it back to me, and then we'll go from there. So take it away, Dennis. W6DQ from KF6QNG.
All right, KF6QNG and the Collins Net W6DQ. I'm going to try and do this quick because I got to fill in a bunch of stuff here that's going on. First off, Joe, N6DVD, has joined us on Zoom, and he has a full set of brand new set of tubes for an R390A. He would like to sell. He wants $100 for that. And if you're interested in that, you can get in touch with him. It's his call sign at comcast.net if you want to try and reach him. N6DVD, David Victor David. So there you go. Hopefully somebody's looking for some tubes for their R390A. Mike, I got your your comment there, No Kill Eye. Yeah, Season 1, Episode 26, Devil in the Dark. Yup. I'm a doctor, Jim, not a bricklayer. Anyway. Let's see. Lisa, you were talking about driving in Dublin, and they're driving on the wrong side. No, you're sitting on the right side, driving on the right side. Anyway, done a lot of that myself. And Kevin, that's a very common problem of folks get in their solar panels and there's a power failure and they don't get any power. And it's real simple. The power company doesn't want them putting juice back into the grid, so they shut them down. They shut them down remotely. So unless you're totally off grid or you have your own transfer switch, they'll shut you down. So you don't get any power, and it's like it's a waste. So solar panels are great, but a generator is a nice accessory to that. All right, I've said what I'm going to say tonight. Thanks, everybody. It was great net tonight. Good to hear everybody. Signals were really grand. Very, very good in spite of the noise. So 7-3 and a good evening to everybody, and hopefully we'll see everybody next week, next Friday. So let's see, over to Mike, W7MS, and the Collins Net, W6DQ.
Well, thank you, Dennis, W6DQ, W7MS for the 73 round. Well, I'll keep it short and sweet, but I was chuckling at Mel's comments about wearing orange, so that took me back that I actually, in observance of St. Patty's Day, it was 2 days ago, I watched Gangs of New York, which is quite appropriate to orange and green combatants, Protestants versus Catholics. So we get the orange and green connotation there. But with that 7-3s, everybody have a great Friday, great weekend, and enjoy the break in winter. So WI6R, W7MS.
Yeah, WI6R here. Dave in Kingman, Arizona. Well, good to hear everybody tonight. Sometime I'll have to tell you about the story of what happens when you are driving a left-hand drive car in the Virgin Islands where everybody drives on the wrong side of the road. And when you get in a car that has the steering wheel in the right place, there's nothing to remind you. So after a nice dinner out, well, late at night, I find myself driving back on the wrong side of the road with, vegetation that's about 10 feet high on both sides of the road, no visibility around curves, and suddenly I realized, oh my God, I'm on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, scary subject. At least in Europe, when you're driving a car with the steering wheel on a different side, there's something to sometimes remind you. All right, back to you, Lisa. KF6QNG WI6R.
Okay, yeah, that would be very scary. Indeed. Oh, well. Okay, let's see, I think Wayne checked out, but he was going to listen out, but I'll give a call anyway, and if not, then it'll go to Skip, and Skip, K6LGL can turn it over to Ron, W6RBJ, who can turn it over to Tapio, KF7TY, and Tapio turn it back to me, so KB6OKJ, are you there? Okay, looks like Wayne did check out. Anyway, so go ahead and take it. K6LGL from here.
Okay, getting a little curious to be on your signal there, Lisa. KF6QNG and the CCA net K6LGL. The band is shifting a little bit. This is Skip in Santa Monica by the Bay, K6LGL. Okay, well, hope everybody has a nice St. Patrick's Day. And one time of the year we could celebrate the Celts, and there's others, you know. There's the Scots and the Irish and other Celtic friends there, including former actor Richard Burton there of Wales. Great people, along with so many others. Anyway, it was fun hearing everybody, band exchanging, so I'll keep it short, 73s, see some of you there on the AMI nets and possibly the others. So, over to Ron, W6RBJ and 73s from Santa Monica, K6 little green light.
Okay, so Skip, K6LGL and the group, W6RBJ. Enjoyable net. Thinking about St. Patrick's Day, I hope that all of you had the chance to see the little piece that Liam Neeson put on TV and on the net, on the internet, about wishing that Americans could learn to pronounce Irish names. It was absolutely rib-splitting. I found it hilarious. If you have not seen it or heard of it, just Google Liam Neeson on pronouncing Irish names. They have this way of putting all kinds of weird vowels and consonants in their spellings that leave even the most inquisitive of us wondering, what in heaven's name are they thinking? At any rate, 73s to everyone. It's been a pleasure. Have a good St. Patrick's Day, and look forward to seeing everyone and hearing everyone in a week. So let's see. I think that I was supposed to give it to Tapio, KF7TY from W6RBJ. Good evening.
Good evening, W6RBJ, and fantastic signal. And you bet. I will check that out. Liam Neeson, Irish names, YouTube. I got it. I'm gonna go take a look at it this evening. The wife and I'll get some joy out of that. It sounds like. So that's great. Wanted to mention, Kevin and Chuck and Mel, heard you guys real well, and sounds like a couple of you had some power outages there. Glad you had the generators there. We always have ours ready to go here. Well, that's it. Great net, fantastic, nice to hear everybody. Skip signal came up this last go-around quite a bit as the sun goes down. Thank you, Lisa, for taking the net, and you did a fantastic job. I'm going to send it back to net control. KF6QNG, KF7TY, 7-3s all.
Okay, thank you, Tapio, and I've had fun tonight, so this is good. I don't get a chance to talk on the radio very often, so this has been really awesome. Okay, let's see. We got the last group here. We've got Mike W6MBM. I believe Chuck checked out. So, Mike, you can send it over to Mel, WA6JBD. Mel, turn it over to Kevin, WA6JKN, and then Kevin back to me. So take it away, Mike, W6MBM from KF6QNG.
Excuse me. I'm having trouble here. KF6QNG W6MBM. I was listening most of the evening on the 7584, which was great fun, and I hear everybody really well. Skip was coming in great here tonight, and we didn't stay at the ranch because of the power outage. Good thing we didn't. Not only did we have a tree fall across our driveway, we had snow so deep that we couldn't have driven even. It was hard to get in and out with a four-wheel drive car, and we also had power out for 4 days. So I got to get a generator in there. I got to get a snowplow company, and somebody to clear trees. We're planning on moving there permanently and giving up the house here in Soulsbyville. It's good to have the 7584 on tonight, listening to everybody, and we'll see everybody. It was a good net tonight. And Lisa, I did not get the call. It's Mel, but W6MBM.
All right, W6MBM. This is WA6JBD in Upland. All right, had a good time as usual here. It was, for me, since I checked in kind of late, it was a bit of a short net, but that's all right, though. How fun. What's interesting, I noticed that, as we go through the round table, people are making some fairly long transmissions, a couple minutes worth. And I saw the band go through some changes during some of these transmissions, and saw people go from 40 dB over S9 down to hard to hear, and then start to fade back up. So that's just kind of an interesting phenomenon to see as the evening progresses, how the band changes. So that's all I got. 73, everybody. I'll catch you next week, I expect. I'm going to have the transmitter here on the bench over the weekend, giving it some TLC and hopefully resolve a couple of interesting issues. And otherwise, it's working pretty good. Hopefully, it will be working as good when I get done. I get paid for this stuff, so I have a reasonable expectation that it will be in slightly better shape when I'm done than it was when I started. That's, I'll just put that out there. 73, everybody. Good night. This is WA6JBD, and goes to Kevin, WA6JKN, WA6JBD. Good night.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't planning on being here, but boy, the inputs and the comments were so interesting. I couldn't put my iPhone down. Yeah, I was out there taking care of some tools, putting them away, and things like that. Yeah, we had the big winds. What was it in the Bay Area? We had upwards of 70-mile-an-hour gusts, as Chuck mentioned there, and I thought for sure that I was going to have some antenna damage, tree damage, and stuff like that. No, didn't have any. I noticed at the park over my back fence, they had a couple of big trees come down, snapped branches, pulling it out from the ground, the saturation, oh boy. So that was really something to see. But my hex beam, you think a hex beam would be able to wind? I didn't think so, but it did. It handled it no problem. I thought the guy who made this hex beam had false specifications for winds and all that stuff. But apparently this guy's specification for the antenna is true. It can handle upwards a little over 100-mile-an-hour winds, and it just hung in there no problem. Let's see, what else? Including the wire antennas. I've never had a wire antenna come down, ever. Never. The only time it came down was I took it down to replace the wire and, that kind of stuff. Put up some new poles. But I've been pretty fortunate here in Gilroy for the past 48 years. Very, very nice. Okay, well, that's it. Take care. The very best of 73 to 1 and all. And happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. And we'll see you next week. Over to you, Lisa. And thank you for taking the net tonight. You're doing a fabulous job. So take that to the bank, and it'll pay big dividends, I'm sure. Thank you again. WA6JKN Digital Pedestrian Mobile. Good night.
Okay, well, thank you, gentlemen, for allowing me to host this evening, and as I said, I had a lot of fun tonight, so hopefully we'll be here next week and see how things go. So take care, everyone. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. KF6QNG is clear.